This week in GTA Online, we have some really cool vehicles that are both available for $0 in-game. We're going to kick off with a high-end electric sports bike that's renowned for its incredible speed and agility in the game, but we're also going to spotlight another OG legend for its raw power and high-speed capabilities on the track. Today on the show, we're going to dive into their customization options, test their limits on the track and on the road, and also determine if these vehicles are worth adding to your garages or not. So with that said, let's jump straight into things. Starting off with our first of two vehicles this week, we do have the LS Car Meet prize ride, which is the Truffati Adder. Now, of course, you're probably thinking, this isn't a DLC vehicle, this is an OG vehicle, and you'd absolutely be right, but funny enough, normally Rockstar just features podium vehicles and prize rides as DLC vehicles, but this time we actually have an OG car, and it's one of those rare occurrences of that, so we're just going to kick things off with it. This is a super high-powered supercar, and all you need to do is win LS Car Meet Series races for 3 consecutive days in a row to unlock this car, but if you do want to buy it, it's priced at $1 million on Legendary Motorsport, and this car is incredible at straight line top speed. It's got a super powerful engine. Top speed overall for an OG vehicle is incredibly high, but the handling and the cornering with this car can be a little bit challenging due to the understeer you get. I didn't really have too much of a problem with it, but if you're used to like snappy cars, you may find an issue with it. Especially without an option for a spoiler upgrade to improve stability here, I would say that you need to rely more on the all-wheel drive system more than anything. Obviously, that's going to help with its traction overall, but it still kind of slides around a little bit, and it is stable at high speed. The acceleration is going to lag behind some more modern DLC supercars as well, but despite all these drawbacks, and it probably sounds like I'm hating on the car, I'm actually not. I love the design. It's got a great crash deformation, super resilient against collisions, things like that, and it's still really good at speed, handling, all of that. It was once dominant for speed records, but now it's more for just luxury and good power in GTA. Here is my Truffati Adder, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I went with a garnet red metallic with a cream pearlescent as the primary, and then I went with metallic black as a secondary and rocking the Truffati concave wheels. I honestly, I couldn't find a wheel option that looks good on this car, so I was like, you know what? Let's just go with the brand actual wheels themselves. Maybe I should have kept them stock instead of making them black, but nonetheless, we're rocking this. Now, believe it or not, you guys probably won't believe me, but I'm being honest to God with the truth here. I have never, ever purchased a Truffati Adder yet in GTA Online. This is the first one I've ever owned, and we're going to be testing it out in today's video. I'm pretty sure I've driven them in races, because you could just use the stock one or whatever the case is, right? But like, when GTA Online came out, I was not part of the Adder Club. I was always an Entity XF player. So this is definitely new to me. I'm excited to be reviewing this vehicle a little bit with like some live gameplay and stuff like that. And if you guys aren't familiar with my test track where I test out the vehicles, well, you'll check it out right here. So we head north, then we head east, south, east again, wrap along this road, head south, then west along the main road until we get to the intersection. A really fast vehicle is going to be at about the 2.5 minute pace for a supercar. We should get pretty close with this, maybe 2 minutes 40 seconds. You know, middle of the range car like the sports cars, a lot of the time is 2:45, and then slower vehicles are going to be 3 minutes around that, or you know, more than 3 minutes. But I think we can get a sub 2 minute 40 time with this car as long as I don't suck at driving. So we're gonna try 3, 2, 1, set my timer, and we're gonna go. Hooks up right away. The launch is really good. I also haven't driven my Entity XF in a while, so I can't really tell how it compares in terms of the acceleration, but I'm pretty sure this car does have a higher top speed than it, right? So just kind of running through the first area. I don't want to overshoot this. Braking right into the wall. Usually that doesn't happen with vehicles when I'm driving them. But, you know, it's going to happen with this car. Not to say it's bad. I just was going so fast over that bump, I didn't have enough time to brake. And I guess that is probably a good thing for this car. I just feel bad because I already messed up the look of it. Oh, my arcade safe is full. Wow. I can definitely tell you so far that handling-wise, this car handles very good. It may be a little bit slidey, you know, more so slidey than other cars you may be used to nowadays, but the reason so many players do this in races was that it just handled so well. The speed was good. I don't know if I had the absolute fastest lap time, but it was just a very reliable car for racing at the beginning of the game. And I would say that's definitely coming true on this test track we're rocking right here. We're actually, man, it feels like we're going so fast down this area. This car feels very good to drive, revs out crazy. And this is the area of the track that no matter what car I use, they're going to get tripped up here just because it's so windy, and with the elevation changes, it's really tough to maintain your speed as well as all your traction. So you got to slow down a little bit. And I'm trying to be a little bit careful with the adder here because I know this does have a tendency to slide just a little bit. It doesn't really have any oversteer or understeer characteristics. It just seems like the tires give out, you know, past a certain point. And for those of you guys who are new to my free vehicles guide series, or, you know, the weeks that it's 2 DLC update vehicles, well, you know, free DLC vehicle guys, this one, it's 1-in-1. Like I said in the commentary, it's a little bit more rare to see that, but Rockstar did it like a month ago, and it seems like they're doing it again. But since I started this over the summer with the bottom dollar bounties update, we consistently had podium vehicle and prize ride cars being DLC vehicles up until basically last month. So like over half a year of that, you know, about 7 or 8 months straight. But nonetheless, we're rocking this. This is a very satisfying car to drive. And oh god, no crashing yet besides that one slam I had into the middle of the wall around that corner. But for those of you guys who were new to the series, I lost my train of thought, is I do this all in one take, first impressions with a lot of the cars. You know, I don't practice warming up. This is just like raw input, raw gameplay. You know, uhs, stutters, all that, just so you could see the raw performance of the vehicle with no editing tricks, things like that. We're coming up on the finish line here. We're gonna miss the 2-minute 40-second mark. This is about a 2-minute 41-second car. Obviously, if you're really good at racing, you could probably get that down to 2:35, 2:30, and obviously not have that crash like I did. I will say this car, performance-wise, awesome. It would just be worth it. It's worth winning, of course, so that you can get it for $0 as the LS Car Meet vehicle. If I go down... Oh, I'm not at the LS Car Meet, so it won't show up in the interaction menu. But nonetheless, this is the Truffati adder, Truffade adder, whatever you want to call it. It's a sweet looking car. There's just no customization. You can lower the suspension, you can change the wheels, you know, tint the windows. Everything else is performance. And that's about what we're rocking with here. I will say, you know, if you want a Bugatti you can customize, go with the Nero Custom. Probably because that's a Benny's vehicle, so you get tons more customization over the normal variant. But this one is pretty sweet, I will say that. And this week's Diamond Casino podium vehicle is the Western Power Surge. Now, this bike is normally priced at $1.605 million on Legendary Motorsport. It released with the LS Drug Wars drip feed, and the Power Surge is a super good electric sports bike in this game. In my opinion, it has stellar performance. It has some of the highest top speeds for motorbikes in GTA. It outpaces rivals like the Hakusho Drag, and it offers lightning fast acceleration thanks to that instant torque you get from the electric motor. It's got super good brakes. It's actually, I think, probably the best braking bike in the game, or bike for braking, I should say. You get near instantaneous stops. It's got amazing handling as well. That's going to aid in maintaining control at high speeds when you're turning and just navigating steep inclines really effortlessly here. The handling's precise, whether you're going fast or slow. You can effortlessly perform wheelies, and you can tap into that speed glitch for nearly indefinite acceleration with this bike if you're good at doing it. You are going to lose some top speed off-road, but of course it's a sport bike. It's meant for the road. You're not really meant to use it like a dirt bike, but if you do try, it actually performs decently well off the road as well. It's just a top-tier motorbike in the game. You absolutely need to try and win it this week. All right, so it is nighttime. I figured, you know what, well, let's just go for a night ride with this bike. Now, funny enough, actually, when I tested this out, because this was also the podium vehicle, I believe, for the Christmas event and Christmas weekly update. When I did the video during that weekly update for the test, we hit 2 minutes 32 or 2 minutes 33 seconds on the time, and that was when we had the snow in the game. So I'm really curious to see what it's like right now when we don't have snow, because that obviously hindered my time a little bit. So let's just get this started. Let's not waste any time. This thing is just matte black right now, and I dumped the bike a couple times getting over here, so ignore the cosmetic scratches. But 3, 2, 1, go! We are going right away. Now, I want to try, I mean, on an area of a straightaway, I'll try the speed glitch, because if you wheelie with this thing, you'll see the bike speed glitch. That'll help us get a faster time and all that. But you could just see, if you lean forward, you could just get max speed anyway, normally. And this bike is so quick. Dude, the handling is great, too. Like, you, honestly, I mean, you do need to brake a little bit. I'm not going to completely exaggerate and say you don't need to brake, but you don't need to brake much. And look at this. We're taking this turn at basically at full speed there, and we just rubbed up against the guardrail just ever so slightly. Even off-road, this thing has great handling, like stays planted to the ground, you know. Oh god. Even with the slick tires that we have on here just to grip the road, like, they're not, you're not really gonna wipe out on the dirt or something like that. You know, the bike's not gonna get out from under you. I wonder if that's gonna be a feature in GTA 6 with bikes, or if it's gonna be more arcadey like it is in 5, but just look how fast this bike is. We could do maybe a little bit of the wheelie speed glitch. Actually, we can't, because now we're already going fast, so it's not really gonna work. But look how quick we can navigate these turns and everything. We're only 1 minute and 8 seconds on the time. Usually I'm at like 1:25 for cars at this point. So like, this is such a quick vehicle. This is gonna be one of the fastest times we set out of my entire free DLC vehicles guide series. If not the fastest, it's gonna be definitely top 5, maybe even top 3. So now, well, I can't really speed glitch here either. You have to do it while you're accelerating to pull the bike up, right? You can't just like do it normally when you're already riding and going fast, because you can't actually lean back far enough to get the front wheel off the ground. But even without the speed glitch, like, you don't need it. That's gonna make you start bouncing. That's gonna make the rear wheel start like bouncing against the ground, and then this thing ends up just flying in the air at a certain point anyway. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to do it. But oh, okay, this is not good. Oh wow, if I hit that sign, that would have taken all the extra time we had on this bike off, and the actual part time for this thing would have been so much slower. So let's keep navigating this. 2 minutes 5 seconds on the clock. I mean, we are doing well here, ladies and gentlemen. Last couple turns. This is gonna slow me down right there. That's so unfortunate. We just lost a second there. Oh man. All right, we're gonna wrap up. Wow, we're a solid 12 seconds faster, 10 or 12 seconds faster. We got 2 minutes 21 seconds for that course right there, and I said what, 2:32, 2:33 with the snow. This bike is so much faster than I imagined, even, you know, when we don't have the bad weather in this game. And wow, that is so impressive. So let me just show you real quick what the speed glitch is like when you wheelie. Actually, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to show it here because there's just not enough room to get the speed. But here, I'll try it again. Let's see. I can't really turn. You can see how that wheel starts to bounce, right? And that's what causes you to go faster, just in a brief way to showcase it. But that's the Western Power Surge, ladies and gentlemen. This bike is fantastic for time trials. Obviously, HSW time trials, you can't use this thing, but imagine if this got electric HSW upgrades like the Coil Cyclone 2. There's not that many electric vehicles in the game that have HSW. I think it's just the Coil Cyclone 2, right? Maybe one more, but I feel like the Power Surge would be great to have another bike, because this would be a good electric competitor with the Hakuchou Drag. Obviously, this thing's going to be more nimble and stuff like that, which would be great to have. But with all that said, we're going to be wrapping things up right here. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content like this. Also, check me out on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram for more content outside of YouTube. Feel free to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV. I live stream GTA Online several times a week, usually Tuesday through Thursday, but I haven't really been live this week because when you guys are watching this video, I'm in Utah on a snowboard trip with some of my friends, so I'm not around to be streaming, but I will be back starting Tuesday. And obviously, I'm gonna have, I already have content prepared for you guys, because by the time you're seeing this video, it's Saturday. I'm making this video on Wednesday afternoon when we got the news on the podium vehicle and the prize ride. But yeah, hopefully you guys just have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.